Could you share what you think about resilience? How do you think about it when we say resilience?
I think resilience is it's grittiness. And I think resilience is important in life. It's not just important in work. And I think most of you, I'm sure you know this at this point, right? The way that you envisioned your life to roll out, is it like that? Right? It's just, I had a baby at 45. I can tell you when I was 16, that was not the path I had in my mind. So I think a lot in life is, and resilience to me, the important parts are the two things. I think it's really important to keep this combination of openness. And I think, and when I hire people, when I look at people, I care, that's probably my most important quality is around openness. Because you don't know where life is going to be, and a lot of people talk about having a plan. I'm not one of those people who advocate for a plan, because I think you have a plan and it's just this false sense of security. But to be open is really important. Yet at the same time, not to be immobilized. One of the great things about where I am, and I would say the last 10 years of my career, I get tremendous amount of feedback. I get feedback from shareholders who will look me in the eye and tell me, right or wrong, I love it, I hate it. Employee satisfaction surveys, you get feedback from our board of directors, from the different committees on the board, for the people that work for me. Now, if I took every little piece of that, you could be, in the fetal position rocking in a corner. It's just... It's a brutal world that you're in, and some of that feedback's incredibly awesome, and then you're going to get a piece of it that's not. So the openness to me is around, I think of like a horse with blinders. You have to be able to have enough vision to be able to see and to be open, but you have to keep enough shut to be able to move, because at the end of the day, you can be immobilized by all the stuff that's happening, and all of the stuff meaning not just what people think, but the reality of the world's changing, and there's a lot that's going on, and a lot of life is about just moving forward, and resilience to me, and I tie it into I'm an endurance athlete, or at least I was at one point in my life. So I've run a bunch of marathons and done a bunch of triathlons, and it's the same thing when you're doing that. It's not, you can't, when you first start running, you don't think about 26 miles, because that would not work, right? I'm 0.1 in. You have to think about, I'm going to run the next 7 miles, and then I'm going to reset my mind, and I'm going to think about the next 7 miles. And that's a little bit about work too. And people tease me that work for me. They'll say, okay, you don't even see the next wave coming. And I'll think, I do know. I'm focused on the wave that's coming now. I know there's one behind it. But my job in many ways is to kind of make people focus on that first wave in, and to think about that, and you deal with whatever's thrown at you at that moment, and then you can deal with what's coming next. And that's my point with resilience, is that it's about thinking as much as you can about the next thing that's going to matter, and keeping enough openness to be aware of what's going to happen on a long-term basis. Does that make sense?